Hey guys, Peter Brissett here, Digital Marketing Dude. And we've been working on a series of videos called the 3 R's of the Trust Formula. And what is the Trust Formula? Just a quick reminder, the Trust Formula is something that's kind of come together just from my years of experience in consulting with hundreds of businesses about their marketing and how can you make your decision-making process easier so that you can make the decisions that you need to about your marketing. And Trust Formula really narrows down the most effective and most efficient ideas, strategies, and tactics that will help you in making the right decisions when it comes to your marketing so that you get the most bang for your marketing buck. That's really the idea behind Trust Formula. And what I found in consulting with so many different types of businesses is that these things become foundational. These are the things that every business needs to be thinking about and working on and focusing on. So that's kind of the foundation of where the Trust Formula came from and why I think it will help you in simplifying your decision making for your marketing. So I'm going to share my screen here so we can catch up with where we're at on all of this. So we've talked about reviews, make it easy, ask for them, the 6 questions for amazing testimonials. If you haven't got those 6 questions, you can email me, peter@dmdude.com, with the subject line 6 questions for amazing testimonials, and I will send that over to you. The second R is referrals, or another way to say it is a network effect. What are the referrals that you're getting from existing clients? What kind of strategic alliances and partners and lumberjacks do you have? And you can watch the second video in the series to learn more about those. And then how are you caring and nurturing for your referral network? Before I talk about number 3, I just want to remind you once again, what are your own versus rented properties? So this is a foundational principle of Trust Formula, is that you own your website and you own your email list, your CRM, your contact database. So what are you doing to keep the most relevant information on your website and make the most use of that? And then what are you doing with your contact database? How are you building that list? How are you nurturing that list? That is foundational to making all these other things work effectively. Rented properties are things like Facebook. You can be on Facebook and you use Facebook, but you don't own that. Facebook could take away that access at any point in time. So let's talk about number 3. And this is called RFP. And RFP is 3 elements: recency, frequency, and proximity. So what does that mean? So when you're deciding, okay, how often do I do anything? What you have to do is go back to, what's the end result that I want? Do I want a referral? Do I want a client out of this? How do I take a prospect from point A to all the way through to point Z, from being prospect to a client? So a couple of ways to think about that is when it comes to, let's say, dating. The first time you go on a date, and if you're the guy with the girl and you go on one date, and at the end of the date, you're like, I think we should get married. That's probably not going to go over too well. Probably not going to get a yes out of that. If you do get a yes out of that, you might want to run away. That might not be a very good thing. So, so marketing is a lot like dating in that there has to be a certain there has to be a certain number of contacts. So you can go back through your database and look at your client history and kind of go, okay, how long did it take me to land this client? What were the number of contacts I had to make, either in person, on the phone, via email? What was the number of contacts, and when did they have to happen in order to land that client? So the question of recency and frequency are really super important to getting to proximity. So when you go, hey, I sent an email out, why didn't anybody respond? Okay, well, how frequently are you sending emails? And when was the most recent time that you had sent an email? So if it's been months and you're a stranger now, you're probably not going to get as much of a response. But if it's more recent and it's frequent in the sense that it's consistent, if they know once a month they're getting an email, they can follow that. If it's once a week, whatever that frequency needs to be. If you need to look at how often should I post on social media? Well, again, how recent do you need to be? How frequent do you need to be to move a prospect along to become a client? So you can determine some basic numbers to do that. Because we all want proximity. What is proximity? How close can we get? So if you are dating somebody for months or years, and there's recent and frequent interaction, you're going to build a closeness. The proximity is going to close and become closer. What you're moving towards is how I want to get close enough for a hug. Chuck Blakeman, one of my mentors, he talks about this. So what do I have to do to get close enough to get a hug? An entirely HR appropriate hug. Okay, let's be clear about that. HR appropriate hugs only. So hopefully you get that joke. So RFP determines when do I send emails, when do I post on social media, and so you just got to work back from existing clients. Think about the number of contacts, how recent and frequent did you have to be to get those clients, and then just come up with a plan. And this really ties into your marketing calendar. If you're going to be doing social media content, you should have a calendar that says we're going to post on these days. And then you can make up a content calendar and plan out the type of content that you want to do. And then we can always get into how do you choose the content that you should be doing. Actually, I think I'll do another video on that. That's a great idea. Thank you. So that's really it. This is the trust formula, the 3 R's of the trust formula. Reviews, make it easy, ask for them, use the 6 questions for amazing testimonials, work your referrals and your referral network to build partners that will send you clients month after month, year after year, to help you grow your business on autopilot. And remember RFP, recency, frequency, and proximity. We want to move close enough to an HR appropriate hug and be able to do that. So what's the recency and frequency needed to accomplish that? And of course, remember, what's your own versus rented properties? Spend the most time, most money, most energy and effort on building and developing the properties that you own. And that is my advice for you. And the advice I've given to many different types of businesses over the last 8 or so years. So again, it's Peter Brissett, Digital Marketing Dude. Thank you for joining me in these videos. I hope you found them useful. Please take a moment to like, comment, and share. If you have questions, please post those as well. Remember, sharing is caring. We love to get our message out, so if you can help us do that, we really appreciate it. Thank you, and have a great week.